Okay, talking a little bit more about quadrilaterals. If they ask me to classify a quadrilateral, I need to get as specifically as I can. First of all, I see 4 sides, so I know it's a quadrilateral. And then I see 4 congruent marks, hash marks. That tells me that it's going to either be a square or a rhombus. Well, if you look, 70 is not 90, and I know a square has to have 90-degree angles, so this must be a rhombus. Okay, then if we're trying to find angle measures in a rhombus, we want to think back to a couple of videos ago where we talked about the properties of a rhombus. And I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so angle 1, one of the properties of the rhombus was that the diagonals were perpendicular. So that means this is 90. Okay, so if it's perpendicular, the measure of angle 1 is 90. Then we have this angle 2 here, and if you look at the 2 parallel lines cut by this transversal, these would be alternate interior angles, and from a long time ago, we talked about that the alternate interior angles are congruent, so this will be 61 degrees. Okay, so we've got 61 right there. Then angle 3 is going to be bisected. 2 and 3 will be bisected, so it's 61 degrees because of that rule that said that the diagonal of a rhombus bisects opposite angles. So if this is 61, then this is 61. And then angle 4 here, just look at this little tiny triangle right here. There is 180 degrees in every triangle. So there's 2 ways to do this. The one that you know at this point is that the 90 plus the 61 plus the angle we're missing has to be 180 degrees. If I add 90 and 61, I get 151 plus x equals 180. If I subtract 151 from both sides, let's see, I'm going to get 29 degrees. So angle 4 would be 29 degrees. There is a little bit quicker method than doing that, is if you know that this is 90, then since there's 180 degrees in every triangle, then these 2 have to add to be 90. So the faster way would to have been just to have said 90 minus 61, and you would have gotten it a little bit quicker.